All right, y'all. So I'm here for Love in Hip Hop New York. This is season 8, episode 7. I apologize for this being late, but the episode wasn't worth a damn anyway. So let's just talk about it. So it starts off with Mariah being in the studio, and Remy popping up on her, and they're talking about like her mixtape and her not having any collaborations, and if she could collaborate with somebody, who would she choose? And she always, says it would be Remy. And I'm like, girl, you just saying that because y'all on the show together and Remy is the most successful person on the show right now. I see what you're doing, Mona, trying to put some shit together. But anyways, Remy is telling Mariah, I always tell you I feel like you got a good ear for music and everything. And I'm like, I don't know about all that, Rim, but she's like, the only thing I don't like is the way you wear your hair, and the clothes that you wear and everything. And she feels like that Mariah's lane would be like the Hollywood, glamour type of chick. She's like, she don't know who's in Mariah's ear making her feel like she gotta do X, Y, and Z to feel accepted. And so, Mariah, she's, talking about having a certain body image, and, being in this industry, and, she's to the point where she feel like, she want to go to Dr. Miami to either, she wants to go to Dr. Miami to either get her ass or titties done. And, Remy is telling her, um, if you're going to go do that, do it because it's something you want to do, not because, everybody is sitting up here saying this, that, and the third about you. Remy is like if I had low self-esteem and I worried about what everybody was saying about me, I'd probably be in the corner somewhere crying. So yeah, do it because it's something that you want to do. And I was cool with Remy, saying that to her and everything, because I mean, I'm not against plastic surgery, you know what I mean? But yeah, don't sit up here and do something because people talking about your body, how you ain't got no ass, this, that, and the third. But I understand how Mariah feels and everything, even though I'm not like in the music industry or nothing like that. But you guys know I'm a small framed girl as well. So I totally understand. And I used to have problems with my body and stuff like stuff like that too. But as I started to get older, I started to just work with what I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I still do kind of have issues with it, especially when it's certain stuff I want to wear, but I feel like it wouldn't look right because I don't have enough titties or whatever. But yeah, I understand how Mariah feels. But and then also too, yeah, I don't want to go under the knife for something that I really don't need to get done. So yeah, but so I understand. I understand completely. But yeah, do it because you want to do it, not because other people, saying stuff about you. I don't really care too much about Pap and Jacquees scene, so let's move on to Rich and Anais. These fools, they in the car, they in Rich's car, doing what they do. And her phone is going off, and he's like, I mean, who is that or whatever? Like, your phone going off over there, ain't it? And everything. And, is that your husband? And this, that, and the third. And, she's like, listen, I'm at the point where I'm ready to get a divorce. And, he's like, well, do your husband know that? Because it still seems like, it still seems like, that he thinks that he's, that he has a chance and everything, this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, they do have kids together too. Like, just saying. But, but anyways, she's like, well, do you want me to get a divorce or whatever? And he's like, I mean, I can't tell you that, that's your decision. And Anais is like, well, you not scared, are you? And he's like, no, what I gotta be scared for? And, she's like, so if my husband comes to kick your ass one day, are you willing to, say, that's my woman or whatever? And he's like, I mean, if and when that time comes, I guess we just gonna have to deal with the consequences and everything. I'm like, all right, Rich, don't get your ass whooped by that old man. I told y'all last week, Raul seemed like he don't mind getting his hands dirty a little bit. I'm just saying. And then she gonna sit up here and say something about, how she's not a thought, that hoe over there. She's that hoe right here pretty much. And I'm just like, I can't with this girl. Like, I really could not. So then we get Self meeting Safari at the basketball court, pretty much checking up on him and everything because, it seems like Safari is really affected by, his uncle getting killed. And, Safari is saying how his uncle played like the father figure in his life pretty much. And, it's been really hard to deal with. And then on top of that, that being his mom's brother and that they, how them being close and everything and how she couldn't even go inside the funeral because that's how hurt she was. And, Self, he starts to get into how he lost his mom, 10 years ago and everything and how, he was really hurt. But he tells Safari that he has to keep on going because, that's what your uncle will want and everything. And, Safari is like, you're right. And, my uncle will want me to still continue to do my thing with music and this, that, and the third. And Self is telling him to put your frustrations into your music. Like, even though your listeners might be like, oh, like, why is he talking about his uncle, this, that, and the third? It'll help you to, relieve some stress and whatever other emotions that that you're having. So then we have Navarro. He's picking up Anais from somewhere and they're going to meet with a video director for her video. And then he also talks about how he's getting a building named after him and her being one of his artists, he wants her to be there for the grand opening. And Anais, she starts talking about Ashley and everything and how Ashley ain't been answering the phone for her lately. And, maybe she's too busy with her sister's bookings because I guess like her sister is an artist or something too. I don't know. But Anais, I guess, apparently has a problem with Ashley's sister too, because she's like, I think maybe that's why Ashley fell off with me and everything. And, I feel like I feel like her sister is jealous of me and now it's rubbing off on Ashley and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, girl, like, yes, Anais, you got the spice and all that other stuff, but you really not all that. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, you got the spice, but you not all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Navarro is not sure what's up with Ashley either. She ain't been on top of her game lately, so he gonna have to figure something out. So then we get Sophia meeting up with Jacquay. She apologizes for the whole James situation, but she feels like he should apologize too. And I'm like, for one, if you have to tell somebody to apologize to you, then it's not going to be sincere because you're telling them, I deserve an apology. You know what I'm saying? If they don't feel like you're worthy enough for an apology, it's not going to be sincere. Them telling you on their own. But anyways, I don't even really feel like Jacquay needs to apologize to her any goddamn way, to be honest, because even though, yes, like I said last week, he kind of was doing a little bit too much. Maybe he did overreact a little bit. But I understood how he felt at the same time, too. Because it's like, he done told you how he felt about that man. He done told you how he felt about James Delane. You still gonna go and meet up with him anyway and take this dog from him. Like, I mean, come on now. You know what I'm saying? And so she, brings him some birthday gifts because his birthday had recently passed or whatever. And, Jacquay like, I don't want that shit. You go get that to James Delane, And I'm like, hold on now, Jacquay. I mean, I would have at least looked in the bag to see if it was some shit that I want. And if it was, I probably would have kept it. But yeah, like, but he was just like, fuck that. I don't want shit from you, And Jacquay pretty much feels like since he's on this momentum and Sophia is on the decline, Sophia just trying to use him and this, that, and the third. Now, I'm not too sure like what singles or whatever Jacquay got out right about now, but I do see Sophia as being like some type of opportunist. At least that's the way she been kind of coming off, you know what I mean? whatever she thinks is the next thing smoking or what's going to be hot, she trying to ride that wave, you know what I mean, and reap the benefits of it. But anyways, he wants nothing to do with her. It's a dub. And he walks away. So now she mad, sitting up here talking about I'm Sophia the body. I get everything I want. And I'm just like, I really don't like this chick. Like, I really do not like her. Like, oh my God. Okay, so then we get Navarro. He's in his office. Ashley's sister, Aisha, shows up. And apparently Aisha has problems with Ashley too. Everybody is having problems with Ashley lately. So she just cut straight to it. I want you to fire Ashley. And Navarro's like, huh? Like, how you just expect me to do that? And she's like, I don't know. Like, this is your business. You figure it. You know, that's your business partner. You figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And Aisha talking like as if it's just gonna be an easy situation. Like, you know, just roll over when y'all in the bed and tell her, oh yeah, babe, you're fired, by the way. Like, I mean, like, come on now. Like, you can't expect him to just break it to her like that. But anyways, now he's in a sticky situation. So then we get the creep squad. Self, Rich, and Snoop meeting up, I think, in Self's man cave or whatever. And new founding member Jacquay comes, and he's pretty much, you know, telling Rich what's going on with Sophia and giving, you know, everybody an update on what has happened since the last time he saw them and everything. And Jacquay came on with this weird ass pinhead looking hat on. It was like a cap, but it was like a pinhead type of situation going on. And I was just like, I don't know who the hell told him that shit was cool, but it's not. He need to take that shit right off. But anyways, so like I said, he's giving them an update and everything, and you know how Sophia, you know, brought him gifts or whatever, like trying to buy him and everything, you know, and how he told her, like, you know, I don't want them gifts. You probably got them from James R or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they joking and clowning. And Rich has said something in the confessional about Sophia. He was like, he was calling her Sophia Bodies. Like, you know, and he could see how he would be stressed from a chick like her or something like that. And I'm like, well, did you sleep with her, Rich, or something? Like, because you seem to know some shit about her. But anyways, so, they pretty much just tell him to focus on what he got going on and forget Sophia, whatever. It wasn't really too much. Still don't understand why Snoop is around. Still don't understand why she in the opening credits, but whatever. Anyways, then we get Mariah real quick. She decided to go head down to Miami and get her boobs done or whatever. And she says that she is doing it for her and for nobody else. And she did ask him, you know, how long will it be before she could get them sucked on. And he tells her like about a month, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, like not even a lick. And he's like, maybe a lick here and there, but yeah, it's best for you to wait a month before you have somebody sucking on them, okay? Anyways, moving on. Then we get James Delane and Sophia. Sophia shows up at his apartment, and you know the dog that he gave her is sick now because she ate a penny and she had to get all these shots, and she's been pooping and vomiting and all this other stuff all day. And then she brings up the fact that Jacquay kicked her out. And he's like, you know, forget him. Like, you know, he don't know how lucky he was to have a girl like you. I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyways, he's like, you know, see, that's a sign from God and all this other stuff that, you know, we should do our thing. And I'm just like, why would you do this? Like, seriously, Mona, why would you bring him on this show? Like, he is so annoying. And it's is so irritating to me because James Delane is not even ugly. That's the sad part, but he's just so full of himself. Like, ugh. Like, don't you hate that? Dudes that already are attractive and they gotta do extra shit. Like, for what? You already look good. Why is you... Child, I can't. But anyways, so pretty much he tells her that she could stay there and everything, this, that, and the third. And in next week's episode, we see that they gonna be doing their thing and whatever. And I'm saying to myself, oh, but I thought James Delane was lame to you. Because if he was still lame, you wouldn't even have moved in with him and wouldn't be kissing on him. But I'm getting ahead. That's next week's episode. Let's continue on with what we got going on right now. But I'm just saying. Anyways, the next scene is Navarro being at his honor thing or whatever for getting this building named after him. Rich, Ashley, and Anais are also there. And I think Anais is like, when are we going to tell Navarro or this, that, and the third and everything? And, because, they kind of, touching on each other and stuff like that, but they're not trying to make it obvious to Navarro and everything. So he comes over and he's like, yeah, did y'all two show up together? Like, what's going on here? And, Anais is like, yeah, we here for you, you being my friend and him being my new friend and everything. And Navarro's like, oh, so you guys are hanging out now? And they just kind of like, well, just beating around the bush and everything. So he gets the hint. He's like, oh, fuck. You messing around with my artist, ain't you, Rich? Pretty much. And so, yeah, that was that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have to say nothing because their actions showed it. So anyways, Aisha, she comes and she shows up late, and Anais says something about it. And, Aisha asked, Anais, how much did you have to drink or whatever? So then she's asking, Anais, she goes over to the side and she's asking Navarro, did you fire Ashley yet? And he's like, no, not yet. Like, I guess Navarro, I was confused. I guess Navarro thought Aisha was playing or something like that. I don't know. But, Anais, she's overhearing the conversation. I guess they forgot that they were mic'd up, dummies. But anyways, so Ashley, she comes outside and, Anais, she comes over and pretty much is like, oh, girl, they firing you. And Ashley is like, what are you talking about, Anais? Like, who told you that? And she's like, your man and your sister just said it. And I'm just like, oh my god, this bitch is so messy. But anyways, Navarro is trying to soften the blow, but Aisha's like, no, that's what I meant. I wanted her fired and everything. And Ashley, she's like, if I'm not doing something right, then tell me. But don't be sitting up here, co-conspirating against me to try to, pretty much fire me and this, that, and the third. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt like that was kind of, messed up and everything for... I don't know. I understand Navarro is, this is a business and everything, but I just felt like it was kind of messed up for the sister to, just go to Navarro like that and be like, I need you to fire Ashley. Like, I kind of felt like, she couldn't have gone to Ashley herself first and talked to her, or I don't know, something. I felt like the shit was just handled all wrong. But anyway, so Ashley is pretty much like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know y'all not shit without me, so goodbye. And then next thing so, she walks off. And the next thing Aisha is like, until you fix this, Navarro, we ain't working together. I'm like, but this could have been, like, how did you think she was going to take this? You know what I'm saying? Especially her finding out the way that she found out. Like, come on, Aisha. Like, this is kind of like, I don't want to say it's like her fault, but it's just kind of like, how did you think this was going to turn out? Like, come on now. But anyway, so, Then we have Remy and Pat, you know, they're at the crib chilling, and, you know, she confronts him about why he ain't, you know, getting no information with an IVF doctor yet, you know, and Pat, he doesn't think that she's like 100% ready to do it because she's doing this and she's doing that. And, you know, she feels like he's not serious. He feels like she's not serious. Pap is like, you know, you've been making excuses since you was locked up. You know what I'm saying? And Remy is like, well, did you forget I did get pregnant within a year after we had our wedding and everything, or did you forget? You know what I'm saying? And she's just pretty much telling him about himself and everything, and he's just like, all right, you got it. And she's like, no, it's not about me having it. Like, you sitting up here talking about me making all these excuses and everything, but I did, you know, I was pregnant at one point and I lost that baby, you know, and the doctor saying I couldn't have kids anymore, and you sitting up here playing around, not calling nobody to find out no information or when we could come in and this, that, and the third. Like, I understood what both of them was saying, but yeah, I understood what Remy. I definitely understood what Remy was saying, because it's like, I mean, yeah, she did get pregnant, like within the year after y'all had y'all wedding. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, y'all, that pretty much was the episode. I'm sorry if this was kind of lackluster and not really, you know, much, because it really wasn't much. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys share here, share there, share every motherfucking where. And I'll see y'all in the next video.